Over the past 6 months, the Press for Truth team has been hard at work creating a DVD that will document the proceedings that took place here in Toronto over 4 days, starting on September 8th, 2011, and concluding on the 10th anniversary of 9/11. Commonly referred to as the Toronto hearings, the international hearings on the events of September 11th, 2001, sought to present the strongest possible evidence that the U.S. government's official investigation into the events of 9/11 is seriously flawed and has failed to describe and account for the events of that day. Press for Truth was there to film the hearings and interview many of the expert witnesses. And I would like to now show you a preview of this exciting new DVD that will be available next week on April 9th.
Over the course of 4 days, the panel will listen to evidence that has been collected over the last 10 years that contradicts the official government version of events. Each witness will present an opening statement and then answer questions posed by the panel. The panel has been given considerable latitude in the subject and nature of the questions they may ask. And we expect the witnesses to answer every question to the best of their knowledge. After the hearings have adjourned on the 4th day, the panel will reconvene over the following weeks and months and make a decision on which aspects, if any, of the evidence presented deserves further investigation by governments with subpoena and political power. The panel will then publish a final report, which I will help draft and edit, setting forth a recitation of the evidence presented and the panel's conclusions regarding the strength of the evidence and recommendations on how to proceed.
The information that we receive from really all sorts of media, with the exception of the alternate media, the internet, seems to be just kind of telling us the same story over and over again, but they really can't address the hard questions that are out there. They will say, they being those that support the official story, that, well, all those questions have been answered. There's books out there. Well, they've all been answered. Surely they've all been answered. But when you read those books and when you get into those questions, you find that they have not been answered.
This is what we're talking about at the Toronto hearings, presenting this evidence to the distinguished panel and packaging it. And I'm very excited to be a part of it and to hear the other distinguished panelists discuss the other aspects of the extremely explosive destruction of the Twin Towers, including nano-thermite composite explosives found in all the World Trade Center dust.
People that read this material and have looked into it realize the official account can't withstand scrutiny. It's just full of holes and contradictions, gaps. The difficulty is bringing this to the attention of responsible parties. The political class in the United States is basically, you can't talk about it, much less do anything about it. And so I think bringing it to Canada and bringing everybody together and trying to put on the table a collection of evidence that we are confident about can raise the profile of this issue, because that's all we have to do is get people to take a look at it.
And that DVD is entitled The Toronto Hearings on 9/11, Uncovering 10 Years of Deception. It can be ordered online at pressfortruth.ca, and they have some flyers with that information for you. It's interesting what our friend Jonathan Cole had to say in that trailer we just saw. He states that those who support the official story will say that all the questions about 9/11 have been answered. But when you get into those questions, you find that they have not been answered.
As you noted with the Toronto hearings, which was an extraordinary experience for all of us who were honored by being able to speak on behalf of the 9/11 Truth movement with the best evidence put forward ever. So we expect great things from this DVD that's forthcoming. And I want to thank you for your courage and your willingness to reconsider this very difficult subject of the destruction of the World Trade Center with its staggering loss of life.
I think the 10th anniversary is the appropriate occasion to sum up all the research that's been done over 10 years, which suggests that the story we've been given about 9/11 is not true.
We wanted an investigation into all of the actions and failures that had led to the deaths of our loved ones and so many others on that horrible September day. A real investigation into 9/11 has never been done.
Why didn't the commission deal with the collapse of Building 7, which some call the smoking gun?
And at 5:20 in the afternoon on 9/11, it fell vertically and symmetrically in 6.5 seconds.
NIST acknowledges WT7 came down without resistance and without doing any work for over 100 feet. They even gave the equation of the line. It shows that the slope is exactly equal to the acceleration of gravity. The fact of free fall is literally proof of demolition.
Boom, 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 boom. Just like 20 straight hits.
We just heard one more explosion. That's about the fourth one we've heard.
High-rise office buildings do not collapse due to fires. All 3 skyscrapers were destroyed by explosive controlled demolition. But take a close look now at the corner where you see developing a series of explosions rapidly advancing down the corner of the building much faster than the rest of these explosions, almost as fast as the free-falling objects.
We have found what we call nano-thermite.
The thermite reaction was present and occurring at the World Trade Center on 9/11 and afterward in the pile at the World Trade Center site.
Thermite must have been there one way or the other.
The FBI's official 9/11 investigation code name is Pentabomb. It's the official story, of course, in the 9/11 Commission report, and all the media that follows their lead is that bombs really weren't involved at the World Trade Centers or the Pentagon.
Americans know you can keep secrets. We kept the Manhattan Project secret. That had 100,000 people working on it. Conspiracies happen. We know that. Iran-Contra, Watergate. Conspiracy is a sound legal concept. We use it all the time.
9/11 has unleashed a roadmap of war and destruction.
A war machine that has been building incrementally since Eisenhower warned us about it in 1961.
Anybody who looks at it will realize that we're not walking in there with tinfoil hats. We are just normal people. We are ordinary citizens who are concerned and trying to do something about it.
This isn't over, this is just beginning. This is just beginning.